You're not addicted to one habit. You are addicted to what it allows you to avoid. I just want to start by saying that the habit isn't the enemy. And I think so often we think and we get into the mindset that these habits are our enemies, right? And they aren't. Those aren't the enemies at all. More so, it's the shield. Now, let me explain. It protects you from boredom. It protects you from loneliness, pressure, fear, avoidance. And no matter what, this shield always feels reasonable. Avoidance feels reasonable. When you try to white knuckle everything, you know that phrase when you're holding onto your steering wheel so tight that your knuckles are just white? When you try to control everything with all of your might, with all of the control that you can muster, you fail. Like every single time, you're going to fail. Because, get this, because it leaves the hole untouched. Pause. Pun unintended, but it was written down, so I don't know. Half intended. So white knuckling fails because it leaves a hole untouched. Yes, I'll say that one more time. Get it through your head. It fails because you leave the main idea untouched. Remove the habit and the discomfort gets stronger. It gains more power. It gains more leverage. And that's the last thing we want to do. You remove that habit and your brain is just like, something is wrong. The routine that I entrusted and I loved is gone. And now what am I going to do? So it starts going into this panic mode. And it's the whole amygdala limbic system that likes to just ruin your life. It's good, God has placed it there for a reason, but definitely Satan uses it quite often. That's like one of his number one techniques is using that whole side of the brain that's all primal. So you get discomfortable. You lose the comfort that your brain craves so much, that the amygdala craves so much. So you always, no matter what, you always fall back. Pretty rough. To understand what discipline is, to understand what the constant pursuit, aka discipline, is, you have to understand that it is not loud. And more often, I would say that discipline is it's more like it's a meditative process. Discipline is. It's a flow state process. It's a thought process. It's a process that takes very little thought. It's not persistent. In a sense it is, but it isn't in the way that you think it is. It's not always punching and grinding and picking away at the stone. It's simple. It's flow-like. It's wave-like. It's very natural. It's a quiet replacement. So yeah, you don't have to have your life dictated by the habits you've set. You can very simply get into the mode of discipline that you haven't understood probably until this very point. And I highly doubt you've ever heard that idea before. But that's exactly what it is. But once you get in that mode, it becomes the quiet replacement of habit. I'll tell you what, filming 3 videos a day, trying to film 57 videos in just 19 days has been one of the hardest things I've done with YouTube. And I can tell you after the first day, I was 100% ready to quit. And I went into ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't think I can do this. And ChatGPT started comforting me. It's like, blah, 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 whatever. But it came with one mental commitment, and I decided, you know what, I can do this, and I'm not going to allow myself to quit. And I just very quietly went about creating the videos. And as it went on, I found habits that I like better, and I started filming at night rather than filming, editing, and creating the thumbnails and posting and researching the analytics all in the morning. I started to break things down in a way that was more comfortable for me, and now it is just something I do, and it's easy. It's a flow state activity. So it needs to be a quiet replacement, same time, same trigger, different action. So every single day when you come home, you see that sweet looking couch, and you're like, I got to sit down and scroll, because that's your natural trigger. That is the trigger. That's the cue. But you got to pursue discipline. Instead of sitting down and scrolling, maybe you sit down and write in your journal. Very simple reaction and action to replace the habit. Yes, it's boring. Yes, it's mundane. Yes, it repeats over and over and over again. But yes, it's exactly what's going to break the habit. And it must be chosen before you even feel ready. And I'll tell you what, There are a lot of things in life that you have to do. When you accept the moral obligation of success or overcoming an addiction or a habit, you have to understand and recognize and check that box and sign your signature on the contract that says, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I will trust God to get me through it. My name is Gabriel Bowman. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon while you're at it so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm going to be posting a couple times a week, 3 times a week, so don't miss any of it. It's only going to last for so long before I start switching tactics. So check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.